Hello Aries, welcome to your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. My name is Angela. My apologies Aries about how long it took to get this reading to you. It was supposed to be for November, but I found myself having to record this reading multiple times. So I don't know, just like I got for Leo, for you guys, you could be very critical of yourselves and be perfectionists around this period of time. Maybe there's something that you're wanting to do, Aries, but maybe, yeah, that might be a factor for you. Self-critical. It'll be a very self-critical time for you. Holy Spirit, show me what it is that you have for the Aries in general in this point in time. Oh, Aries. I don't know. Some of you are definitely stuck on an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And I feel like this is someone that you had a very strong bond with. I feel like this is definitely someone that's on your mind, someone that you're thinking about heavily. But at the same time that that's going on, I definitely feel like you're growing spiritually. That maybe you're more into spiritual things. You may be more into meditation, because I feel like you guys are definitely going through an awakening. And with going through this awakening process, it may be necessary for you to get enough rest and sleep to restore your energy so that you can fully show up in your life. This is a good idea. This is a good time to evaluate how your body is feeling. How much sleep are you getting? And do you need more rest? I feel like this is a very important time where you're going to be going through a lot of transformations within yourself through going through this awakening. This may be a time where you may be freeing yourself of limiting beliefs. And if this is not the case yet, I feel like this is where Spirit is wanting to get you, Aries. Limiting beliefs and attitudes, I feel like you may be evaluating these things. This could be you being an advocate of freedom for other people. So in other words, this awakening may cause you to step into your life purpose. But I'm feeling like for some of you, there may be some regrets about a life purpose, or there's some embarrassment, or maybe you feel like there's something that needs fine-tuning. Again, self-criticism. Right now, you might be your own worst critic around this time, Aries. I don't know. I definitely feel like you're gifted. Gifted when it comes to speech. Gifted when it comes to the gift of gab. But there may be something that maybe when it comes to the way that you perceive yourself, again, self-critical. Maybe in social situations, you're feeling self-critical. I feel like your family is going to be very significant and very instrumental with how some things move along. And for some of you, you may be getting closer, like more in like closer to, what am I hearing, in touch with your family. If you've lost contact with your family, even if this is like not your extended family and this is like someone that maybe you wanted to grow a family with, I feel like you may be getting in touch with those people. You may be reevaluating some habits, because Aries, even like, so we're entering into an end of a cycle, going into a new cycle, meaning the end of this year is the end of this cycle going into the next. So with this end of a cycle, Aries, I feel like Spirit is getting you in this frame of mind to eliminate old habits. Some habits that you need to leave in 2020. 2020 is a year of full vision for you. So 2020 is what? Clear vision, perfect vision. 2020 has given that to you. And so with that, you're seeing some things about your life and about yourself that you want to change. Now Spirit is saying, now that you've seen that throughout 2020, now is the time to take action and execute some plans in your life. It's going to mean that you may cut away people or situations that are not benefiting you any longer. There's a strong Taurus that comes up in your energy, and Sagittarius. So these may be some major players in a game of life for you, like some people that may have had a big influence over you, unless this is you having Taurus and Sag in your chart. I feel like there's some very positive things to be optimistic about going into next year. I definitely feel like your luck is going to be changing, and I feel like you may be getting out there and traveling more and having a more positive state of mind. Or at least this is where Spirit is trying to get you to, Aries. I feel like you may be leaping into some new things, expanding your mindset about things, and really exploring your real potential. And when it comes to love, I definitely feel like that's going to be on the horizon for you. That may be something that you may be looking into. And as you change and expand your mind, you may be thinking about love a little bit differently. Possibly with a Taurus or a Sagittarius, unless this is you talking about self-love if you have Taurus and Sag in your chart. Loving yourself at a soul level is where Spirit is trying to get you. Not just at a surface level. Loving yourself, flaws and all. Physical flaws that you feel like you may have, but even looking back at old mistakes and forgiving yourself for some things that maybe you feel regret about. That definitely feel like you're resilient. And there may be some things that you're wanting to delve into, some new things. And Spirit is encouraging you to take action, but know that there is no need to rush or push. Take your time. I feel like it's your determination and your patience that's going to help you win the race with this situation. It's going to be a very important time for you to transmute some energy, because it may be absolutely necessary with some energy that's coming your way. Like some of you could be very active on social media. I don't know, or this could just be whatever the case may be. There may be some people around you that, since we're talking about examining some beliefs and attitudes, this could even be some people around you. Again, there may be some people that could be sending you some negative energy, and it may be very beneficial for you to transmute that energy. You may be cutting some things loose, some people loose. And it's definitely the time for you to act decisively. This isn't a time to go into next year about maybes. Spirit is saying this year, before this year is over, commit to making a commitment with yourself. Maybe even about your where you're going with your career or with your gifts. This could be where you're making a commitment. But since I did talk about love, that could be where you're making a commitment going into next year. Libra and Taurus, since we're talking about Venus, but I'm also seeing Chiron. So this is definitely talking about healing in different areas of your life, but I feel like this has everything to do with healing of self, because I feel like there's a lot of there may be some inner child issues that are holding you back and blocking you in some area of your life. It could be these issues that are overwhelming you in your waking life. Some things that are definitely keeping you in a holding pattern, because there may be some old repressed emotions, maybe about an air sign individual that you're holding back. You could be struggling in some area, Aries, in reaching your goals. This could be some physical goals that you have for yourself. And this could be where you're beating up on yourself. Again, resilience is what's going to help you win the race. There's some major changes that I feel are coming up going into next year. Some things that you may be, and these changes may be very overwhelming for you. It may cause you to feel like you're out of control, or that you don't have control over the answers or the direction of your life. Spirit is saying that you do know the answers, Aries. Your inner voice is telling you what direction to take and what to do next. It may just require for you to ask your soul what it is that you really want. Because I feel like your spirit guides are definitely there guiding you through this process that you're going through. I definitely feel like the answers are being given to you. But it's like Spirit is saying, take some time, Aries, to listen to the answers that are being given to you. That may be the only thing that's missing right now. Definitely, this is a time to take action going into next year, right? Since we talked about 2020 being a time of clear sight for you. The things that have been nudging you inwardly, Spirit is saying going into next year, yeah, it's time to take action on those things. And some things that you simply cannot change, some things that are not in your control, Spirit says, surrender those things. Going into next year, since we're talking about healing, it's going to be time to release some old negativity that's blocking you and holding you back from the very things that you want in your life. A lot of pain, again, originating from childhood. Some shame, some old generational trauma, I feel are some things that it's time to shed going into next year. Because I feel like once you shed this thing, once you shed this weight that's holding you back, I feel like this is what's going to propel you forward in 2020. Some of you have this gift of writing. Whether this is songwriting or this is writing a book. Bottom line is I feel like there's a gift that you've been given, and I feel like this is going to be you potentially sharing this with the world. Some of you are herbalists, and you have some type of unconventional type of medicine or remedy that you may be sharing the world. That may be your gift. But no doubt about it, if you have had a family blow up or issues within the family, I feel like even though you may be resisting the path of going back to fix something, I feel like this is where life is leading you. I feel like there's this refusal to go back and fix something that may have gone wrong. Go fix something and apologize to possibly an air sign. And once again, air is so prevalent in your reading, possibly this Gemini individual or someone with strong Gemini in their chart. Then we got Taurus that pops up. Whatever it is with this Gemini and this Taurus individual, I feel like you may be at odds with someone, maybe not speaking to somebody. And like I said, it could be a Sagittarius, a Gemini, or an air sign. You may be fixing these things. Some of you may be fixing a legal issue. But it's very clear that maybe there's something that you're dodging emotionally, and it looks like you may be distancing yourself from certain people. I do feel like it may be necessary, but I'm also seeing that it may be necessary for you to go back and restore something. Maybe you lost your cool with somebody. Here's your Sagittarius. Most dominant players in this reading: Sag, Taurus, Gemini, and Libra. Yep, here's Libra. You got Gemini and Libra. What is it with this Gemini and this Libra, this air sign individual, this Sagittarius or this Taurus? Somebody hurt you, or you may have hurt someone. It could have been that there was some type of temptation. It could have been drugs. It could have been alcohol. Somebody may have gotten caught up in a legal issue. If you had a fallout with your mom, Aries, I feel like you may be repairing some issues with your mother. And you may be reuniting with some family that maybe you haven't seen in a while. There's someone that it's clear that you're not talking to, Aries, or you haven't talked to in the longest time because of some type of verbal altercation that may have taken place. Somebody that you don't trust. Somebody that's been heavily on your mind. There may be a situation that you haven't worked out with someone, and you may be on the fence about whether or not to reapproach that situation. Bottom line, since we're talking about Chiron and healing, I definitely feel like you're going to be healing some old issues, some old beef that you had with possibly even an Aquarius. Here's your Taurus again. Yeah, somebody hurt you, or vice versa. I promise you, somebody is still holding on to harboring some old resentments about an argument. And I feel like somebody may be reluctant to take a chance to go and clear something up. But I promise you, with all of this change and this awakening that's coming up, your inner voice may be nudging you to go and work something out. That's for somebody. Now, the takeaway from this reading, Aries, is have faith in your dreams. Because if something went unfulfilled this year, either because of self-criticism or self-righteousness, it feels like going into next year, yeah, you may be looking at your dreams again. This may have been a very tough year for you. This year, this cycle, yeah. And I feel like an end of this is approaching. The Spirit is saying to prevent this from being a situation where you're repeating the same cycles, where you are not really living up to your best potential, with some things in your life where you're not changing and it's blocking you. I'm feeling like Spirit is saying, Aries, aren't you tired of jogging around the same scenery over and over again? In other words, aren't you tired of repeating the same patterns again? There has to be something that is broken loose within you, some type of stronghold that has something to do with some type of generational pattern. It's time to leave that in 2020 and not carry that into 21. Believe in the impossible, including in yourself. Because going into next year, I feel like this is the time for you to believe in the impossible when it comes to you. You've been resilient. You've come up against a lot of challenges. And I feel like 2021 is not going to be without its challenges. But it's going to require for you to take this whole mental shift so that you're not repeating the same patterns. Yep. Get ready for it, because in 2021, there's a new romantic cycle that may begin possibly between you and this air sign. And where you feel like you don't have the answer, Spirit is saying that they're on their way. But trust and believe before you go into 2021. Spirit is saying go into it with an adjusted mind, an adjusted way of doing things. You can't go into 2021 doing the same thing that you've always done and getting the same result and feeling frustrated and feeling sad because there are no changes that have been made. Spirit says that the changes start with you. You got to get out of this frame of mind, or maybe you're looking at the pessimistic side of everything that has happened to you next year. Or this could even be some type of victim consciousness where maybe you're feeling like you may have a reason to feel that way. It could be some type of past rejection that has you feeling this way. But either way, old habits fade away and you start brand new in 21. It's just going to be entirely up to you about how you approach this, Aries. But just like I got with Leo, I feel like for some of you, Aries, you may have trusted the wrong person and someone may have taken advantage of you. Absolutely. Breaking free of old patterns. Going into 2020, Spirit is saying it's time to take a deep breath. Release these old patterns and be clear about what you want in 2021. Because it's very obvious that you have some type of gift that is God-given. Spirit wants you to use to help others, because I definitely feel like you're very spiritually gifted. You were gifted from childhood. This may have been why you felt rejected or felt like the black sheep, because you were different. And some of you, God is using you as an instrument to help children that may feel out of place. Holy Spirit, show me any advice or words of encouragement that you have for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus going into 2020, going into December. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. There may have been, like I said, a blow up that you had with someone, a disagreement that you had with someone that maybe you are resisting going and fixing. And Spirit is saying, should you decide to go and work that out, because I feel like that's where Spirit is leading you. You had a lot of majors in this reading, so I feel like this is bound to happen. Kind of out of your control with this situation, out of your hands. But Spirit is saying the best course of action is to let go of any type of defensive type of answer or defensive type of stance that you have with somebody, and to hear them out and to approach the situation calm. And this is going to empower you. Hear someone out rather than talking over someone, or vice versa. Someone may need to do this with you. This is for somebody out there, Aries. Spirit is saying surrender that defensiveness in order for it to be effective. And if there is drama going on around you, Spirit is saying surrender that drama. Don't give in to it, especially around the holiday season. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help you resolve the issue more quickly. There must be somebody that triggers you. There may be some people around you, it's apparent, that are going to be triggering you I said it's a parent. I didn't mean to say it's a parent. I was saying a parent, but it could be a parent. A parent of yours, a mother, a father, a sibling that could be creating some type of drama for you. And it may be necessary for you to hold back and to not get emotionally charged when it comes to a situation. And going into next year, there may be this fear of intimacy, fear of being close to people. Because as I stated, Aries, you may have trusted the wrong person, wrong people. And there may be some emotional scars that you're dealing with. Again, possibly even dealing from childhood. The Spirit is saying that it may be ready. It may be time for you to open your heart again. Because I definitely feel like in 2021, there's going to be love that's coming in for you. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. You may have been blocking your heart out, blocking your heart from love, because it could have been somebody that really did hurt you, disappointed you in some way, and maybe you're just afraid to be hurt again. The Spirit is saying you may miss out on love of a lifetime by being so closed off. It may be time to face these emotions and these fears head on going into 2021. Well, this is what I have for you, Aries, for this point in time. I hope that this reading helped someone out there. And if it did, Aries, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you already haven't. And if you'd like to book a personal, you can do so by heading to my website, which is AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. Much peace to you. Thank you for watching, Aries. I'll see you guys again in the next one. Peace out.